Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
Klansman fatally shot by police in St. Elizabeth. A man who was once listed among Westmoreland's most wanted was fatally shot during an alleged confrontation in Malvern, St. Elizabeth on Wednesday night. He is Vivian Godfrey, 34, otherwise called Klansman. Reports suggested that a firearm was seized during the incident. It is reported that police were on an operation in Malvern when the alleged confrontation occurred. A senior police source said Godfrey was out on bail relating to a murder charge in Westmoreland. In July 2022, he turned himself in after police listed him as wanted for serious crimes in Westmoreland. He was featured on the Police Wanted Wednesdays. Godfrey was also charged for gun-related offenses, namely shooting with intent and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. A police report said that on June 30, 2022, a group of persons were walking on Ricketts Avenue in Westmoreland heading home from a wake. Godfrey reportedly opened gunfire at the group. Police said no one was injured in that incident. The incident was reported to the police and Godfrey was listed as wanted following extensive investigative inquiries. A reliable source told reporters that Godfrey relocated from Westmoreland to Malvern after being on bail. 2 shot in daylight gun attack in Westmoreland. 2 men were shot and injured after gunmen brazenly drove into one of their yards in Westmoreland on Friday morning and launched an attack. The men have since been admitted to hospital. According to reports reaching reporters, both victims were inside the yard at about 9 a.m. when a white Toyota Axio motor car drove in and stopped. Police said 2 men alighted from the vehicle and opened gunfire at the men, who ran. They then fled the scene in said motor vehicle towards Smithfield in the parish. The 2 men were subsequently discovered in the yard suffering from gunshot wounds and were assisted by residents to hospital, where they were admitted in stable condition. Upon processing the scene, police found 3.45 and 14 pence casing. No motive has been established for the attack, the police stated. Labour Minister meets with dismissed farm workers amid claims of victimization. Labour Minister Pernell Charles Jr. has requested that 4 farm workers who were sent back earlier by the Canadian Employment provides his ministry with written statements to aid investigations into allegations of victimization. 5 workers were sent back home earlier this month, with media reports linking their early dismissal to their involvement in June protests of their living conditions in Canada. Charles met with 4 of the workers on Friday morning to get a first-hand account of the matter. The Labour Ministry said the 5th worker, who was also invited, indicated that he was unable to attend. The Labour Ministry said the farm workers expressed their disappointment at returning home earlier than expected and shared concern about their prospects for future participation in the farm work program. Charles reportedly assured the workers that while the ministry has a valid interest in protecting the integrity of the program, its top priority is to ensure that the rights and interests of the workers are upheld. The workers assured the ministry's team that they have full access to and are aware of the channels provided to them for communicating challenges they experience with their employment, the minister stated. It also noted that 4 workers were adamant that they had not spoken to any media representative or to anyone connected to the media about the situation, but indicated that they were aware that 2 media representatives had visited the farm in the days prior to their departure. Mackenzie reiterates government's commitment to less fortunate. Minister of Local Government and Community Development Desmond Mackenzie has sought to dispel the notion that the government does not care about the less fortunate in the country. Mr. Mackenzie blasted critics of the Andrew Holness-led government while speaking at the opening of a homeless night shelter in Ochre, St. Anne on Friday. The opposition People's National Party has recently been critical on the government, noting that despite a strong post-COVID-19 recovery of the economy, a vast majority of the population is suffering financially. However, Mr. Mackenzie labeled claims of the government being uncaring as nonsense. He said the government has embarked on over $100 million for poor and vulnerable in St. Anne for this year. He added that the facilities that cater to the homeless and vulnerable are being constructed island-wide.
And the government of Prime Minister Andrew Holness, and I want to be very firm in what I'm saying. There are those who would want to make the country believe that this is an uncaring government. that this government has not done anything for the poor and those who are marginalized. And I want to say without fear of contradiction that is nonsense, rubbish at the highest level, because there has been no administration since 1944. No other administration has done what the Andrew Holness led administration has done for the poor in this country since 2016. And for this year alone, the government of Prime Minister Andrew Holness is providing over $100 million in social security for the parish of St. Anne for the poor and destitute. We not only build these facilities, right across Jamaica we are building facilities such as this. And this is a new feature that the government of Prime Minister Andrew Holness since 2016 has initiated. Normally when people have problems with street people, they find dumper trucks and put them in and go dump them in more lake.
Jesus.
So true.
This is a caring government.
Portland murder case cleared. Witness comes forward after shooter killed. A murder case in Portland was cleared up posthumously after a witness came forward following the shooter's death. Police have named 36-year-old Wayne O'Hara, or Miller 9, the man who was shot and killed 28-year-old Nikina Bart from Yorktown, Clarendon. The incident occurred on July 16, 2023 at a beach in the parish. It was reported that around 10:30 a.m., O'Hara went to the location and saw Bart sitting in his car. He approached the now deceased and opened gunfire, killing him on the spot. Police said O'Hara was shot dead in confrontation with lawmen on Market Street in Port O'Mara, St. Thomas on July 29. Reports were that around 12:40 p.m., a police team acting on information received from the Police Emergency Contact Center went to Market Road. The cops were informed that the men were seen in the area with firearms. The team was directed to a peach and pink-looking boarded dwelling where the front door was open. It is understood that two cops approached the house, saw and accosted O'Harans who pulled a handgun. Both officers took evasive action and discharged one round each from their respective service pistol in his direction. O'Hara reportedly fell to the ground and the firearm dropped from his hand. The firearm was retrieved and found to be a chrome and brown Smith & Wesson revolver with 6 live cartridges. He was taken to the Princess Margaret Hospital where he was pronounced dead. A witness came forward recently and gave a statement naming O'Hara as the gunman in Barrett's murder, hence the matter was cleared up posthumously. Time running out to claim $35 million lotto jackpot won in May. Supreme Ventures Limited is urging our customers to check their tickets to see if they have the numbers that won the $35 million jackpot back in May. In a release on Friday, Supreme Ventures said time is running out for the lucky customer who hit the jackpot as the 90-day period to collect the winning inches closer. The winning numbers 0304, 13, 20, 25, and 34 were bought at a Meadowbrook Pharmacy in St. Andrew on May 31. To begin the process of collecting their jackpot, the winner must present the winning ticket with their signature affixed and a valid national ID at the Supreme Ventures flagship store located in Twin Gates Plaza, 25 Constant Spring Road in Halfway Tree. Prizes must be claimed within 90 days of the draw. Unclaimed prizes for all lottery games go to the Betting, Gaming and Lottery Commission.
Please remember to subscribe, like,